Functions of input devices. We know what are input devices, the devices which are used to input data in the computer. So some of the main input devices are mentioned here. Magnetic ink character reader, that is MICR. It is used in banks for various purposes, for withdrawal or depositing also, or making cash. Optical character reader stands for OCR. It is used to scan the codes available on the checks which we give in the bank. Keyboard. Keyboard is input device because as we press the letters, they are displayed on the monitor. Mouse. As we move the mouse on the pad, the cursor moves on the screen. So it is an input device because we are moving the mouse on the pad and the cursor is moving, being displayed on the screen. Light pen is similar to mouse, and what you are seeing, the red blinking line here, this is similar to a light pen only. Central Processing Unit, CPU. The central processing unit of the computer processes all the arithmetic, takes the logical decisions. Arithmetic means related to calculations. Takes logical decisions means spelling errors or any mistake, comma, capital letter, small letter. These are the logical decisions which can be taken by the computer itself. Controls and coordinates activities of all other units. All other units because it is in CPU. And in this you can see here, these are the pen drive slots. So this come in the all other unit part. When you plug in any pen drive here or auxiliary cable, then what will happen? The message will be displayed on the screen. So this is what it controls and coordinates activities of all other units. Or either if you put a DVD here, then what will happen? The CD will displayed on your screen in your local drive. So this is what it controls and coordinates the activities of all other units. So what are all other units? We will study about them. The all other units which CPU comprises is ALU, that is arithmetic and logic unit. Next, control unit and memory unit. Suppose if we have to do any calculation, then first the numbers are stored in the memory, that is our mind, and then after thinking we give answer. So calculation is done in the mind, same as in computer calculation, that is the processing, is done in the CPU. Therefore you can say that CPU is the brain and heart of a computer. Subunits of CPU are ALU, that is arithmetic and logic unit, MU, memory unit, and CU, control unit. So first we will go through arithmetic and logic unit, that is commonly known as ALU. This unit is popularly known as ALU. It performs all arithmetic calculations and takes all logical decisions. As I told you, arithmetic calculations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, average, or many other. And logical decisions means if any spelling error you are doing like that, so it will check for that and it will remind you to correct it. An electronic circuit is made by repeating logical gates to complete an arithmetic program. Logical gates, these are the gates which allow passage for the exchange of data and information. In our previous video we studied about the gates in the chapter Internet, that these are the passage for the connection of one network to another. Similar they work in the computer in the ALU unit, that is the arithmetic unit. Next is memory unit. It is clear from the word that it stores data and instruction. As CPU is the brain and heart of computer, which performs data processing as follows. CPU is accountable, that is CPU is responsible for what a computer does. CPU runs the operating system. Operating system, either it may be Windows 7 or Windows 98. Software programs like VLC, music players, audio players, games, Internet Explorer, and many other. And peripherals of the computer. So you see, CPU is running the operating system. CPU is also having control over the software programs. And the third one, CPU also runs peripherals of computer. Peripherals are what? Peripherals are the output devices and input devices, including secondary storage devices. See, just like we take example keyboard and mouse, they are connected to CPU and CPU controls them. CPU controls all other parts of computer like a speaker, printer, keyboard, mouse. These all are controlled by CPU. It consists of three units which helps in managing it. These are ALU, MU and CU. This is also a storage device, primary storage device. This is a RAM. Functions of CPU. CPU helps in storing data as well as instructions. Controls the sequence of operations. Means suppose if you are using one application and you start using other, so it manages it and arranges the sequence. If the sequence is not arranged, then your computer system or Android phone may get hang. Issue commands to all parts of computer, that is it controls speaker, keyboard, mouse, printer, and what are the other parts connected to the CPU. Carry out data processing, that is processes the result. Carry out data processing and sends result to output, and the result may be displayed on the screen or the printout may be taken by the output device. Last but not the least, because it is very important, the control unit. It is the most important part of the CPU as it controls and coordinates the activities of all the three units. All the three units, that is ALU, MU and CU. Means this control unit helps in coordinating the function between all three units. This transfers data from the main memory to the ALU for logical decisions, or you can say for processing of the result. So this is the control unit and it is having command over memory unit and arithmetic and logic unit, that is the ALU. From any input device, the data is sent to the memory unit. From memory unit it goes to control unit, and from control unit it goes to arithmetic unit for being processed, and then after having a checking from the control unit, the output result is given. Either it may be displayed on the screen or the printout may be taken. Output unit comprises of output devices, and output devices give the result. For example, printer or speaker. An output unit depends upon the requirements of user. Suppose if you want speakers to be plugged in, then you may use, or either you may use a headphone, or if you don't want to listen music, then you will not keep the speaker. So it depends on the requirements of the user. Same is with printer. If you want to take a number of printouts at your home, then you have to buy a printer and connect it with your computer. But if you don't need it, it's not much needy, then you will avoid it. So it depends upon the requirements of user. Some of the output devices are printer, VDU, that is visual display unit, speaker, plotters, and ARU, that is audio response unit.